Welcome to part 2 of our series on the history of Israel. In this episode, we'll explore the British Mandate period, a time of rising tensions between Jewish and Arab communities in Palestine, and the growing challenges Britain faced in governing the region. Following World War I, the League of Nations formally granted Britain the mandate over Palestine in 1920. The mandate system was designed to help territories previously controlled by the Ottoman Empire transition towards self-governance. However, in Palestine, the situation was more complicated. The British had promised conflicting things to different groups during the war. On one hand, they issued the Balfour Declaration, supporting a Jewish national home. On the other, they had also made promises to Arab leaders, implying support for Arab independence in exchange for their help against the Ottomans. These competing promises laid the groundwork for conflict. The 1920s and 1930s saw a significant increase in Jewish immigration to Palestine, driven by growing persecution in Europe and the desire to build a new homeland. Jewish settlers established new agricultural communities, industries, and institutions, creating the infrastructure for a future state. But as the Jewish population grew, so did tensions with the Arab majority. The local Arab population felt increasingly marginalized and alarmed by the influx of Jewish immigrants, fearing that their land and political power were being eroded. These fears were compounded by the growing strength of the Zionist movement, which openly sought the establishment of a Jewish state. Clashes between Jewish and Arab communities became more frequent, culminating in violent outbreaks such as the 1929 Hebron massacre and the Arab Revolt of 1936 to 1939. The Arab Revolt was a significant uprising against British rule and Jewish immigration. It was brutally suppressed by the British, but it demonstrated the depth of Arab anger and frustration. Britain found itself caught between two increasingly hostile groups. On the one hand, they were committed to the Balfour Declaration and supported Jewish immigration. On the other, they were trying to maintain order and peace in the region, which often led them to suppress Arab resistance harshly. In an effort to appease both sides, Britain issued several white papers, official policy documents, aimed at limiting Jewish immigration and land purchases. The 1939 White Paper, in particular, restricted Jewish immigration to 75,000 over the next 5 years, with further immigration requiring Arab consent. This policy angered the Jewish community, who felt betrayed, especially as Nazi persecution in Europe intensified. By the end of the 1930s, the British Mandate in Palestine was clearly struggling. Rising tensions between Jews and Arabs, British efforts to balance conflicting promises, and the looming shadow of World War II made the future of the region increasingly uncertain. In the next episode, we'll explore how the events of World War II and the Holocaust dramatically shifted the global landscape, setting the stage for the next phase of the Israeli-Arab conflict. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to continue our journey through history.